Hiya's and higher vibrations. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for being here, Cosmic Cat. We are going to read our daily affirmations for the inner child, and then we'll pull some cards, okay? So we're on May 5th. May 5th already, you guys. We're in Taurus season. This is a good time for me to tell you, I do birthday readings every day. If you'd like to go ahead and subscribe to my channel, like the video. I also pull angel cards and angel numbers and an animal spirit card every day. Those are really short videos, less than a minute long typically. So if you want to go ahead and watch those as well to see if there's been a number standing out for you, there could be a message behind that for an ancestor or a spirit guide that's trying to communicate and help you on something that you've asked for help with, okay? May 5th, it's all about manipulation. Today, I choose to think before I act. Think before I act. And I heard pause. Think before you act and get comfortable with pausing, holding space, just maintaining your composure and staying within the realm of any kind of conversation or space that you're at. It's okay if you pause. Pausing is what I think they said. Okay. I have an excellent mind, and today I will choose to think instead of acting childish to accomplish my goals in life. As a child, I received lots of attention and praise for acting cute. I wasn't praised for thinking because my codependent parents wanted to do my thinking for me. They preferred the cute act because it kept me in the role of their little boy. So I learned to play the role well. Indeed, I learned it so well that I still act cute to get my way as an adult. On the inside, however, I don't feel cute. When I peel away the layers of charm, I feel inadequate and shameful. Today I feel a stirring within me, a new desire to use my mind to achieve my goals. It is time for me to grow up. I no longer have to entertain others to feel good about myself. I will reassure my charming inner child that I can meet his needs in other ways. Today I will choose to think rather than act cute to get what I need in life. Thinking, being your own self. Manipulation is a very powerful and intense word, feeling, aspect, way of life for some, and it can come in all ways. It's almost like a double-edged sword is what energy that I feel about that right now is what I'm feeling inside, which means it could protect, but it could come out as a protection mechanism, and it could also come out in a harmful way to where you would easily be able to identify that you're being manipulated. However, sometimes it's very hidden deep in someone trying to protect you, and because they care about you, but it's just not the way of how you really want to have your relationships. It's not healthy. It's very unhealthy. Being manipulated isn't something that anyone really wants to live a life doing. But we have all experienced manipulation in one aspect of our life or another, especially if you've ever even went to go buy a vehicle or buy anything and there's a salesman. So a salesman is a perfect example of manipulation. That's clear manipulation. You more than likely learn after a while. You visit a couple salesmen lots, you're going to know after a while, you're going to learn that they're going to use manipulation because they really need that money. They're trying to get commission. They want to get paid for the vehicle. And maybe perhaps it doesn't really matter much about your life. Other manipulations is emotional. Those close to us, sometimes that can happen. And there are all kinds of ways to manipulate, and not just be manipulated by others, but also us manipulating ourselves, as in a victimhood, something of that degree. But manipulation. Today I choose to think before I act. So it's really not just thinking before you act, it's thinking for yourself. Think for yourself, and trying to understand if you're in a situation that you're being manipulated or if someone is being truthful with you. There's a lot of intuition that must come to play. That's something that's definitely coming about before I even pull cards, but it is time for us to pull some cards on this situation. Scoot over there. Our big, huge Jasper. We're going to pull and see what other guidance we can get on manipulation for you today. And I am going to pull 2 of these. And I just asked why I'm pulling 2. And I was told because that represents parents, mother and a father. Oh, too many cards. Too many cards. Come on. All right. And let's see. You're being asked to be gentle about whoever it is that you're working with at this time, manipulating you. Because what's being told to me is that we oftentimes follow what we are raised, and we look for those people in our lives afterwards. And so if you are in a situation, you're being asked to be gentle with this person. If you're in a situation, you're realizing that you're being manipulated or something. This is something for you to think about. Enchantment, being enchanted. So perhaps manipulation is going to come to you through a love, someone coming to try to shower you with love. It could be with a candle, with a flame, near a bonfire situation. Enchant you, put a spell on you, as they would say. Just have you mesmerized by the gifts and their energy and the beauty, kind of like a siren. It is the feeling or the energy that I'm getting at this time. And this could also be your shadow side. This could be you. So this is something for you to look at and see if this is you or if this is someone else that may be coming into your life or that's been in your life, and you've already had a question about them, something maybe in your gut, and you just keep covering it up and covering it up. But this is clearly showing that if manipulation is something you're struggling with still to this day, it's important for you to make sure that you are not being manipulated. And when you do this, it's best to actually go about it from a very compassionate heart and speak truth, authentic truth, in a loving, kind way. Not manipulation. You don't want to counteract the manipulation and receive more manipulation. But by doing that, it's going to really clear a lot of air for you. And are you easily enchanted? Does it take much for you to feel enchanted by others? So you want to make sure that you're looking at yourself as well with this. It's like time standing still for a second. It's as if it's your first time you've ever noticed something. Like, it's like one of those days where you go to bed and then you wake up and it's like you're snowed in, full of snow kind of thing. Or when you first see wild garlic growing in the woods in the springtime. Enchantment is a very beautiful thing in itself, so it's not something that you want to always identify manipulation with. We're focused on the manipulation at this time because that was the word today and that was what the topic was. However, Spirit wants you to remember that enchantment is inside of you and to remember who you are. So you're really encouraged to, without the manipulation involved, you're encouraged to rediscover your magic and redefine enchantment to you. If you have been doing this and you've came across manipulation and you're starting to realize you're being manipulated versus really cared for, this is when they're saying, okay, it's time to do something about that. And that is not for everyone. but it is for someone. Someone needed to hear that because you're in a situation that it's time to really address and clear the air. And again, doing it in a positive, um, in an objective light, as if like a judge would do, in fairness, equality. Coming up with the justice card now. Okay, and then we move right to the Seven of Coins, which is the Seven of Pentacles. Fruitful abundance. This has a lot. I always feel gardening from this card. I feel like it's gardening, and it's also showing commitment and taking a moment to be still, to see what, being honored. You're honoring the things around you and what you do, even if it's hard work or not. Most people, things that like most people don't. Honoring who, honoring how much work you've put in to make it, to having these flowers bloom, knowing that you didn't just do it, that it was a team effort with Mother Earth. That's the feeling I'm getting. And your inner child is in full bloom with this. So this is absolutely wonderful. Somebody has already done this, has went through this, has been spent a lifetime in this area, and the karma's ended now, and now you've moved on, and you're definitely in your inner child energy at this time. You've done some journeying with shamans, and you can see these beautiful yellow flowers in full bloom. And it's you're very grounded too. It's a very grounded energy that you have. Being dedicated and patient. There's a calmness to this card because it takes a while. You know, gardening isn't overnight. It definitely requires patience, effort, time. A lot of learning has to be done. Even if you go to school and learn it, you still get out and you still have to learn as you go, because that's just the way of the world. You get put into situations and that's how you learn it. So this is really good. This card is really asking you that for now you sow the seeds, water the garden, and weed out anything that is not serving your ultimate ambition. So definitely weed out any manipulation, if it's for those who are still struggling with this, or if it's resurfaced and you are able to pinpoint it with your intuition. It's time to release it and let it go. And look what you move into. This beautiful Wheel of Fortune, which is success, karma. It's just absolute, it's a good fortune. Good fortune and luck is on your way, and you have the seven. Sevens are of luck. And the Wheel of Fortune is absolutely stunning, peony. It's all about destiny, the cycles, luck, and transitioning. You're going through that transition now because you've been able to listen to what your guidance, and it kept coming and following, and you started to follow your gut more and more to release that manipulation and to release it out of your own self, your shadow work, and to help others by the way that you approach and communicate them with their manipulation. You're not preaching it or being aggressive about it in a tone. You're being very calm and gentle when you speak about it in an understanding way, because you know what that's like. You're relating to them, and people really, and they care. It feels like it means more, or that you really mean what you're talking about when you're empathetic, and you kind of you've been there. For some reason, I'm getting archangels Metatron and Sandalphon coming up. So there may be some archangels there, those two, to call upon and help you with situations, especially if you've been seeing in dreams or lately watching things with a lot of shapes, drawn to shapes lately, or math, any kind of numbers. That's going to be important for you to look into. Let me just see. I'm trying to... So Metatron and Sandalphon are the only two, as far as I know, archangels that were actually humans on the earth at one time. All the other ones have just always been in the sky, but Sandalphon and Metatron, they were humans once before. And I'm trying to find the information I keep on them, because I do have a little bit of a a little cheat sheet here. Okay, yeah. Metatron is ascribed to the Book of Life, and he clears energy, creates an energy grid. And then Sandalphon helps us move past fears and connect back to who we are. So makes wonderful sense as to why you would want to call on them. That's the message I have for you today. I hope it resonates. Please be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. If it's your birthday, check out the birthday reading. And also be sure to check out those short little videos that have an animal spirit, an angel number, and an angel card, because something could resonate for you there, okay? If you see those coins or feathers, be sure you're picking them up. If you do see numbers that constantly come up to you, it's time that you really figure out what that means, because someone's on the other realm is trying to speak with you. They really want to help you at things that you're asking help for, okay? Have a cosmic day and tonight, yo.